Fermentation fertilizers have been gaining popularity in recent years, celebrated for their ability to boost soil health, feed plants naturally, and create thriving, nutrient-dense gardens. From Korean natural farming to Jadam methods, fermentation harnesses the power of beneficial microbes to break down organic materials into plant-available nutrients. But while gardeners often focus on ingredients like plant matter, molasses, or seaweed extracts, there's a key element that can make or break the process, and that's water. Water isn't just a medium to carry nutrients, it's the lifeblood of the microbial world. When it comes to fermentation fertilizers, understanding the role of water, its source, its quality, and how it's used can dramatically influence the final result. At its core, fermentation fertilizer works because of the microscopic workforce inside the mixture. These beneficial bacteria and fungi consume organic material, multiply, and release nutrients in forms plants can absorb immediately. If you've ever baked bread or brewed kombucha, you already understand this dance between microbes and their environment. The catch is that these organisms are highly sensitive to the quality of their surroundings. Water, being the largest component of most liquid fertilizers, can either nurture them into explosive growth or hinder their activity entirely. The first aspect to consider is water quality. Many gardeners unknowingly sabotage their fermentation fertilizers by using chlorinated tap water straight from the hose. Chlorine and chloramine, while excellent at killing harmful pathogens in drinking water, also wipe out the beneficial microbes we rely on in fermentation. It's like trying to raise fish in bleach. The environment simply can't support life. The solution is simple. Either use rainwater, well water, or dechlorinate tap water by letting it sit in an open container for 24 hours, stirring occasionally. Some gardeners speed this up by using an aquarium bubbler to off-gas the chlorine within a few hours. The temperature of the water also matters more than most people think. Microbes in fermentation fertilizers tend to thrive in warm, stable conditions, usually between 68 and 86 degrees Fahrenheit, or 20 to 30 degrees Celsius. Too cold, and they become sluggish. Too hot, and they die off quickly. This is why traditional farmers often store their fermentation brews in shaded areas where the temperature is stable, not baking in the sun and not freezing at night. When mixing your ingredients, using lukewarm water can give microbes the ideal start, allowing the fermentation process to kick off more vigorously. Water also plays a role in oxygen control, which directly affects the type of microbes that dominate your fertilizer. Some fermentation fertilizers are anaerobic, made without oxygen, like Jadam liquid fertilizers, while others are aerobic, requiring oxygen, like compost teas. In anaerobic systems, you fill the container almost to the top, minimizing air pockets, and let water act as a barrier between the nutrient material and the air. In aerobic systems, water acts as the stage for oxygen-loving microbes to flourish, especially when bubbled or stirred regularly. Understanding your method's water-to-air ratio is key to cultivating the right microbial community. The mineral content of water can also influence fermentation. Hard water, which contains high levels of calcium and magnesium, can buffer acidity and slow the drop in pH that's common in successful fermentations. While this isn't always bad, it can alter the microbial balance and the final nutrient profile. On the other hand, very soft or distilled water may lack essential trace minerals that microbes use in small amounts. Some experienced gardeners add a pinch of unrefined sea salt or rock dust to give the microbial population a broader mineral palette to work with. Another often overlooked aspect is the ratio of water to solids in the mixture. Too much solid material with too little water can create a thick slurry that ferments unevenly, with pockets of rot instead of clean microbial activity. Too much water, on the other hand, can dilute nutrients and slow microbial reproduction. Most traditional fermentation fertilizer recipes recommend about a 1:3 to 1:5 ratio of plant material to water, but the exact balance depends on the material's density and moisture content. Once your fermentation is complete, water continues to play a role in how you apply the fertilizer to your plants. Concentrated fermentation fertilizers are often too strong to use directly, so they're diluted with water before application. The dilution ratio can vary. Some gardeners go as strong as 1 to 10, while others prefer a gentle 1 to 30, depending on the plant's needs and sensitivity. Again, using clean, chlorine-free water for dilution ensures that you're not undermining the living microbial population right before it reaches your soil. Perhaps the most fascinating role of water in fermentation fertilizer is how it acts as a communication medium in the soil. Once applied, the water carries nutrients and microbes deep into the root zone, where they interact with plant roots and soil life. Healthy, microbe-rich water not only delivers food, but also sends chemical signals that stimulate root growth, trigger plant immune responses, and even help plants adapt to stress. The takeaway here is that water isn't just a background player in fermentation fertilizer. It's a powerful, active ingredient. The right water source, temperature, mineral content, and handling can make the difference between a mediocre brew and a garden-transforming elixir. By giving water the respect it deserves in your fermentation process, you can unlock the full potential of your fertilizers, feeding your plants in a way that's both sustainable and supercharged. When you mix up your next batch of fermentation fertilizer, think of the water as more than a filler. Treat it like the secret sauce that makes everything else come alive. The microbes will thank you, your plants will flourish, and you might just start to see water as the most underrated garden ally of all.